What's up everybody, how's it going? It's Burke, aka Dansweight here, and welcome back to another premiere episode of the Final Fantasy X Masters Mod by Karifean. Please remember to hit the like button and show the video some love, and I hope you guys had plenty of fun in the chat. Let's get going with this week's episode. Yeah, it definitely feels like a new level of punishment here in terms of like what Karifean is demanding from the player here. It's getting very, very tough. So really gotta... It's funny, the two times obviously I've taken extended breaks. One was before, one was after Seymour Flux, where I had to then face the souped up kind of even more difficult version, and now this one has been like returning to the post game with a whole new level of punishment for these types of encounters. It's yeah. But I mean, he took like 3,000 damage from that Blizzaga, so it's like you just can't. You can't protect against everything. Obviously, yes, you could take Poison Strike away and then have the SOS Nulls and whatever, but there, if you take 3,000 damage from each one and there's multiples, then again, he also dies. So I don't know, it's going to be very, very tough either way. We're just going to have to do our best. Going to keep Yuna out. It's hard for me to decide with that one. The Dispel thing pissed me off as well, because I could Dispel the elemental, the Tetra Elemental guy, the black element, dark element, whatever it was. But that guy wasn't, so like one tactic could obviously be to swap in Yuna and cast Dispel on an auto-hasted enemy to kind of literally slow it down again. But it's not working well here. Okay. So... here. One disadvantage of having Auron on the front line is if we get into this fight, he's going to be a bit slow. Let's try and do this. Bring Murray in. Yeah. That I don't really understand either, because it's like... I thought the whole point was... like, it almost seems like it's a bad thing to stop the middle one. Like, you defuse the middle one. Yeah. Maybe I'm being stupid, I don't know. It's definitely possible, but it's just like, wasn't it saying that you have to get rid of all the nulls to defuse it? Then you get rid of all the nulls and it sets itself off. So I think it means you have to work from the outside in. You have to get rid of all of the nulls around the outside first. Basically my whole thing was I'll just start from the middle, get rid of the ones from the middle, then the Doom counter will continue, and then by the time the Doom counter runs out, I'll try my best to defuse all of the others, but it's not working. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like that sensor text is not the most helpful one in the world, and you can't scan it. So, let's keep going anyway. We have to do our best to try and make it through this bit. Actually, not too bad. Wait. This is a different one. Shit, it's different. Okay. No MP left, of course. So using a full break on this guy anyway. Whatever we can muster here. some of that stuff. Preserve the sanity. Okay. So I feel like Auron again could be a good one here. He's hit with confusion. Okay. It's not too bad. Not using any Furies yet. Seeing some quad 9s in the mix. Okay. Anyone with Comrade Overdrive? Okay. Should die soon. Yeah, doesn't matter. Should die anyway. Okay. So it has the same HP as the Great Malboro now. I forgot if we could buy ethers from anywhere. Alright. Keep going. The Sanity Preserver did definitely do a nice job there. Alright, these guys.
Well then, what next?
Let me just make sure. Go to this one. We'll speed this one up. And then this. Okay. Just get anyone set up here. Of course, it's the one that he didn't have. I hate this game sometimes. Yeah, 3 elements protected. Of course, it was the one that he doesn't have. Get out of here. Okay. So these two are fine. They'll be able to do the job. Okay, get some of that MP back. Yeah, now Auron's safe. And again, having that big HP to start with is really helpful here. Like, he can get down to the SOS null safely. He's getting some overdrive building up too with those hits. That's nice. At least we can get some MP back for him as well. Wait, it was 0? I think Lulu took it from that one. Anyway, at least we actually rattle through an encounter for a change. It's like nice and quick. We need a few more of those types of encounters. Like those guys, we need the Pages, the Imps. But we've only encountered them. We've only encountered the Imp like once so far here. Just keep getting like the Ghost and stuff. Normally the Ghost is a very rare encounter, as most of you guys know, but we've just been getting it over and over again. Alright. Well, it's the deepest we've managed to get into this bit for now, so see what we can get. 4 X potions. Fine. Oh, man. Okay. I will figure out the mystery of this one. Let's have a look at this one more time. Ah, but I don't have the sensor anymore.
How shall we do this?
Why would I have the sensor? I hate sensor stuff.
Come out and fight like a man!
Alright, here we go again. So, this time... There's not a lot of time here. Let me just haste up Kimari as well. Give myself the best chance of getting all of these. It's already down to 1. We're not going to have enough time. Well, this gives me a little more. Without sensor as well, like it's a hard one to track. Sheesh. Yeah, not having the sensor is hurting me here.
You don't want to move.
Yeah. Of course it was immune to threaten as well. It's like any tricks you have, but even like customizing these weapons is it's just not fast enough. But swapped Auron in to at least make sure he doesn't die. But, yeah. I haven't figured out the trick to them. Obviously there is a trick, but I don't know what it is. There's not enough turns to do it this way. So Karifean's clearly like he's figured out a way to do that, but I don't know what that is yet. Yeah, and so far those chests that I've kind of gone off the beaten path for, I've got 2 Mega Phoenixes and an X potion, like 4 X potions. Kind of shit. Yeah, and Tide has switched to his weapon. I forgot to switch back, and I'm dead. Quick look at overdrive modes here. I feel like he's not going to get as much out of Tactician at this stage. Maybe Comrade or Warrior. Waka, still worth it maybe. Honestly for her, maybe Slayer. We can try that a little bit. Could be worth it. Alright, let's get in there. I'm going to probably start to speed things up in the battles and stuff, because this is kind of like, I guess, a little bit like how the Omega Ruins felt the first time, which is kind of cool. Like that first kind of optional post-game kind of area where you are in like much greater danger. Now, for this one, I'm starting to consider a different approach, because it just feels like too much work to do for these, and there's just so much swapping and changing and shit. Like, I've made these, but it's not going to be enough to take out all of the nulls in one turn. So I'm going to have to hit each eye at least twice. Then we need to do weapon changes as well. So that's going to be like another bunch of turns to change the weapon that we need, because I can't use these in my like normal encounters. The kind of weapons I have to switch to. Double cast obviously only hits like 2 at a time. I don't want to try and spam overdrives. Like, you could use like Waka's elemental one, but that only covers one element. And it's just like, what's the point? It just seems like way too much effort, and we're going to encounter this guy over and over and over again. That's kind of the point of it. So I'm thinking, is it a better idea to deliberately leave someone like Kimari in here, because he can get his MP back. Leave him in there, and basically just let him die. Well, not die, he's going to survive the fight, but just let him kind of have his MP drained. Why not? Let's try that approach. Maybe that's a better call. I don't know. And for the others, we're going to have to kind of sacrifice them in that sense. Like, I feel like they kind of need to die. So we'll switch to the elementals. We'll probably still need it for something. So I'm literally going to get Lulu to kill herself and Auron. But he'll need to switch his... armor. So he can go elemental. Basically, if they're already dead before the finale happens, then it doesn't matter. So, silly as it sounds, for me, like, this might be a bit of a different way to deal with this instead of all of the other crap I have to do to where I may or may not be successful, and the cost of failure is like 3 frontline party members losing their MP, and I kind of don't want to deal with that, but I don't have to. So we set it off on purpose here. Yeah. So as long as he's got enough HP to survive, which is obviously critical to that working, then I guess it could work. So yeah, maybe that's a way to deal with it, I don't know. It certainly got me through this one. Right, let's get... I think Auron we bring back up to speed. Kimari we leave as he is. And Lulu I think we can also leave on 1 HP. But I have to be very careful because you can't cover all of the elements right now. I have to make sure I switch. I'll need the sensor less and less the more I kind of encounter these guys, but for now at least I've got to be careful. I think still I want to stick with this mostly. Okay, let's keep going. Really need to make some progress now. This guy again. Okay, let's run another test. Actually, I want to test if you can even osmose these guys. Maybe you can. Because didn't have a lot of MP in the OG. There you go. Okay. So that's kind of ironic. Obviously, it takes all of your MP, but it can give you plenty as well. Okay. So we just wait. Of course, had to target Auron. God's sake. Okay. So now we do the same again. Costs us 20 MP every time, but I think it's fine. Whoops, hold on. Let's do this right. Him first, and then herself. Did she get like Slayer Overdrive as a result of that? I wonder. Okay, set it off. 598, yeah. I think as long as he's over about 700, he should be able to survive. So, yeah, that's my kind of sneaky strat to kind of damage limit against this guy, I guess. That's what I would call it. Obviously, you're still having your MP drained, but I think it's far quicker. And just, for me at least, and my setup is just less annoying. I'd rather just do that. Sorry, Karifean, if you kind of wanted me to tackle it differently, but if saying, like, you can consider that you just outsmarted me on that fight, and then that'll be a satisfying result as well. feel like in battle, like, high potions are going to be less and less relevant at this stage. They're just so weak compared to, like, the maximum HP that people have, but... I'm going to go back to this one for Auron. Alright, let's keep going. Got a lot of work to do here. I need to get to the save sphere / Yojimbo in this sesh. What we got? I think it's worth trying a Dispel here, just to see if it's going to work. It did. Okay, that's nice. Try one of these. Okay, poison. Good. At least it didn't start with a bad breath. And that's good because Tidus can... Okay, he's already got his Sanity Preserver. That's good. I think we just go for it. Go for it here. She has Berserk Proof. So should be able to deal with bad breath. Let's hit it with a delay attack, why not? Let's just do it. Ah, shit. Forgot to double cast. Yeah, I would have won if I double cast. No one. I was going to say, it's probably going to do Bad Breath now. We haven't even met the Great Marlborough version yet. Oh boy. Yeah, great. Come on, Auron, just finish it. Yeah, not too bad. This is one enemy that I think we're increasingly better prepared against. We've got quite a lot of armors at this stage to help us out. Alright. Let's keep going. We can survive for like 2 more fights. 3 more fights would be in uncharted territory. Okay. Oh, we actually got a preemptive. So this will be good because Kimahri can do this. Get some MP back. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Can double cast our death. Okay. Auron can set the ball rolling here. And bring in Waka. Yeah, Lulu hanging out on 1 HP isn't so bad because at least if she dies, it's not as big a deal. Pretty sure these guys have no MP, but it's worth a little try. Yep. Okay, fine. Wow. He's not... He can't protect against Confuse. Sheesh. That's dangerous. It's the one weakness. In general, I think I concluded that, like, I'm okay to not cover that because he's generally slow, so it's quite rare that he immediately gets the next turn after being confused. It's kind of a compromise, I guess. Alright, whoop. X potion times 4. Curly boys. Let's see what we're dealing with. I'm not sure if I met these in the Calmlands, did I? He uses Blaster every other turn. Okay. Let's do... I want to see, like, what I can Osmos as well. Probably be quite helpful. Yeah. Cool. Orin finish it off? Yes, you can. Oof. Yeah, a lot more Tetra stuff coming in compared to what we used to see, but Lulu protected against that very nicely. So we'll do another Osmos Firaga combo. Some more of that MP back. Yeah, I should have used it for Kimari there. That one. Good protection. Done. So of course rattling through the MP, but something's got to give. That's why I'm considering maybe Yuna does need an Osmos. We got the rest of this place. It's admittedly not super long, but then we have the Omega Ruins, which is going to be a real marathon. So I feel like if my main healer doesn't have a way to get MP back, it's going to be a bit tough. So I'm going to sacrifice that. She's going to get Holy anyway, so I think in terms of attacking black magic, we might be able to manage. And so that still leaves one more to kind of work with. I think what I'm also going to do, I forgot that I had these. It's been a long time since I looked at the sphere grid, honestly. I'd actually made some moves. It's been like at least 2 months or so since I played. And well, as in the part where I probably did like the last bit of sphere grid work, like after Omnis. So I guess I went for double cast, and then I ignored that and I came back here, I guess, to try and get some more agility for Lulu. Okay. So in terms of choices here, I still think Orange should get the agility. He does go up a tier. That should take him up a tier, I think. Yeah, it takes him up a tier. So his tick speed is now 9. It was previously 10, so that'll help a little. Waka, I think he needs more strength. Or Waka kind of just becomes he's never going to be as strong. So maybe we just focus on, like, Waka's kind of the status guy, you know, an extra helper to do like armor break and, you know, Dark Buster or whatever, and it's not really the damage that's important for him, and Tidus and Auron are more the heavy hitters. So either we work that way, or we try to bring him up to speed as well. Because, I mean, we don't have attack reels anymore, of course, either, which, you know, obviously that's one big motivator to get him more strength, but I guess I have continued him onto Auron's path here, so maybe that's still what he should be doing. I don't know. 47 is very low, though. I think he can benefit from at least a little more. So we'll do that. And then I think magic-wise still, I could boost Kimari, but Flare is used rarely. Like, Lulu's using magic very frequently, of course, so I think we'll stick with that. Okay, so now that I've done this stuff, I really have to hope they don't die. But it's funny, Auron's actually caught up. Well, these three, 23, 23, 24, they're very slow. But hopefully Lulu's going to start to make a couple of moves once we beat our next boss. But we need to get there first. Still a lot of encounters. We probably need at least like 10 encounters or something before we can get to the save sphere. Probably more. Was there a little thing there? There wasn't, was there? Alright, let's just keep moving. I'm pretty sure there wasn't one there. Oh god. Okay. So, we have some protection against this guy now. And I think I'm gonna paste up here. She's got her death proof, right? Yes. Okay. Assume Sinus Buster is not going to work. I think we're beyond the stage of where if an enemy exclusively has magic attacks, you can just use Sinus Buster to stop it. Like, I don't think that shit's going to work anymore. It's not going to cut it. I don't want to use Full Break, it's just way too powerful. I'm just waiting. Forgot if Auron had the Elemental, or if he has his Super Duper. I'm hoping that I changed it. I did. Okay. Go.
Let's end this. You couldn't reach the far plane.
I love that. I really like that. Let's try our first Osmos with the Una. There you go, juicy 30 MP there. Let's do an Armor Break. Immune to that. Okay. Fine. Let's see. What about Mental Break? That works. Okay. Oh, sheesh. Comrade Overdrive, anyone? Yeah, okay. Hey, we'll take that. We'll take that. So Mental Break has happened. I think now would be a good time to double cast. And well, remember to double cast. Wonder if it's worth a flare on this guy. I guess it's kind of neutral to the others, right? Like, as in it's not... You can just still use, say, Thundaga. I'm assuming that should be fine. Yes, you can't exploit the 1.5x, but hey, it's mental broken, so you're still doing big damage either way. There you go. Okay, it's looking much better. As long as you don't really get put on the back foot from the Mega Death at the start, you should be okay. And Yuna even got some MP back. Isn't that nice? She basically used it all up again, but hey, that's the point, so it's good. Back to the elementals for a bit. We did get a little overdrive boost there as well. So here we head north to get one more thing. Okay, so here I'm going to really make use of the MP available here. As long as I can kind of, it's almost like a, it's trying to steal my MP, I'm trying to steal its MP, and we're in a bit of a race against each other to see who can steal the most MP from each other before the end of the fight. So... Just gonna keep Kimari in for a second. I didn't want to bring Lulu in now in case she died. Okay, let's speed this up. These animations take a long time. Now, Lulu can come in. She can... I think I'll just do a singular Osmos because it's fast. Forgot which one I used it on. Shit. I think the middle should be safe. Okay. Now, she has death proof, right? No, she doesn't. Okay. Okay. Hold firm. And then we double cast the death again. So death on her. And then death on her. So this would have been like a... We would have finessed Mana Bomb's MP here. There we go. Thank you, Kimari. So that's working pretty well here. Now. Yeah, next time we have to be a little bit careful because he's out of SOS now. But... Let's keep going. So this is uncharted territory at this stage. Tetratage. Ooh. Ooh. It is a true Tetra. Choice paralysis, here I come. Wow. Wow. But this is one I could really potentially see myself having, like, both elemental and status protection. So I could try, like, the SOS null everything, but also try to put, like, confusion and berserk protect, like, try to put it, basically cover almost everything I can. So that's a really nice one. Okay, now I really need to survive. So the first two treasures were uninspiring, but this is seriously good stuff now. Okay, so again, we've got to make sure we kind of set this up correctly. Oh, yeah, that did not work very well. Almost messed it up. I forget how powerful Lulu is sometimes. Now, the good news here is that it doesn't matter too much because Kimari comes back with SOS. He has the odd-numbered HP. So, almost a little screw up there. But, well, almost a big screw up, but we got this. Yeah, obviously the only bad thing about this is Kimari doesn't have any MP himself, so he can't kind of do anything. Basically, I would have liked to have Osmos with Lulu first, but I think it wouldn't work. I won't have enough turns. Yeah, it's not quick enough. This is still a very dangerous fight. Just because I've started to use this little kind of hacky way to do it, I shouldn't take any liberties with this. It's dangerous. And see, there's a mistake. I pressed the down arrow thinking that you press down once he would hit himself. Did not. Yeah, so Aura might lose his MP here because I forgot to change his armor to one that is immune to death. So I could have just done I could have just casted something else, but I forgot. But there you go, managed to get it done. Okay. Yeah, if he killed Kimari, that would have been even more interesting. I think it would have been game over if he killed Kimari there, actually. It's just one of those where when your cursor is aimed at the enemy, and you press down towards yourself, you assume that the first person it's going to pull it down to is going to be the character that you already have selected. But you have to really be careful with that. It goes like left to right, I think. So definitely dodged some bullets there. That was a bit of a lucky encounter, for sure. But that's just how it goes sometimes. You need a little bit of luck. Get Orin back. I shouldn't have done that. I need to stay locked in. I need to stay focused here. Otherwise some very bad things could happen. The save sphere is literally within sight. I need to get there. Well, on the minimap at least. It's within sight. Just double check everything. Yeah, then we'll go with this. Great encounter. Now the good thing is, in this mod at least, Karifean's given them enough like accuracy and stuff that more often than not, I think much better than the vanilla, these guys are able to actually hit the faster moving enemies. So characters like Auron, for example, have a pretty good shot of still hitting a lizard. Like, I'm pretty sure 39 is definitely higher than it would have been in the OG. So you can see the accuracy numbers for everybody. They're definitely, I think, better than they were naturally. Also makes it a bit easier to hit yourself if you need to. Alright, almost there. Turbo ether, fine. Quick. Ah, one step away. Okay, thankfully it's an easy encounter. Woo! Okay. So tie this back in. Yeah, Auron's missed 2 out of 3 so far. But considering how kind of late game we are, it's understandable. There you go. Nice. Okay, so we've officially survived and made it to the end here of this particular bit. Much needed save coming in. Okay. I think for now, once again, I'm going to do what I tend to do in these situations and just like dive in and see what's going to happen, and then adjust from there. We'll see what happens. So we'll change Slayer. We'll go back to Warrior here. This one I'm not going to turn off encounters. I'm pretty sure you can get there. Yeah, okay, that's good.
Pat, another Guado fiend?
Is she still going to summon Yojimbo?
No, an unsent.
It is. It's you, is it not, Lady Ginnem? Forgive me. I was too young. There is no human left in you now, is there? Very well then. Allow me to perform my last duty to you. My last as your guardian.
Alright, finally, a boss battle. Is she going to still summon Yojimbo was my question, and the answer is yes. Unless another nest slug suddenly pops out from behind the tree. Okay. What? Classic Karifean moves here. His overdrive works in reverse. Wow. That's so weird. So it means you gotta hit him to to reduce the overdrive gauge? Let's see. I will immediately just toss a lightning gem just to see what's going on here. Well, normally when you hit an enemy, the overdrive gauge goes up, no? Gonna Sentinel. Does this mean we need to basically auto life here? Like Zanmato will probably kill us? I don't know. I'm gonna auto life anyway. I thought maybe that meant he literally starts with a Zanmato and you kind of have to deal with it. That's good, I guess, that that's not the case. Warren withstanding the damage well, as expected. And he's allowing the others to keep their buffs as well. Now, this overdrive works in reverse. I thought it meant it was just going to tick down. It's going to start at 100% and then tick down. Strange. Yeah, definitely got to be incredibly careful here. Delaigoro. So there's the Zanmato, okay. Fine. So I guess it's when his overdrive is empty, but it uses... Like, you don't know if opposite means, like, it fills in the opposite way or it's implemented in the opposite way, you know what I mean? Like, he could still use Zanmato on a full overdrive, but it charges backwards. That would still be opposite. But, I don't know. Now, question is, can Orin get a turn here? The answer is no. That's a bit of a problem. Interesting. Okay. Fascinating. He's really starting to flex his modding muscles here. That's a very unique take on that fight. What I need to do, though, is put cutscene remover on so that I can actually, I think, do this stuff a bit more effectively. Okay, let's go back in again. Yeah, okay, it immediately just triggers the fight like this. That's fine. I think opposite is like, it's cool, but it's also kind of, I think, a little bit vague. So what we're going to do, we're now going to do our scan. And I'm sure he'll further explain what's going on. Maybe not. Now, my gut reaction was, because of this stuff, does it mean that we maybe... have to, like, tank the moves a little bit? So what I want to do first, things down there, see if we can get any kind of full break action here. Can. Well, that's a bit confusing because obviously normally Zanmato works when his overdrive is full. But incrementally, like, he uses different moves depending on how much overdrive is charged or something. Wasn't that how it worked? I doubt it's like every move is a Zanmato unless you have a full overdrive gauge. Because it's not like, in that sense, it's not either his take on it is that it's kind of is Zanmato at 100%, therefore anytime it's not 100% that equals Zanmato. It's a bit of a strange one. Okay. I think, again, for that reason, I'm kind of a bit more interested in speed right now. Let's do this. Because there's many, I think there's a lot of different ways you can interpret opposite. Like, is it opposite in terms of how it charges? Is it opposite in terms of what move he uses, depending on how much of the overdrive gauge is full? Is it both of those things at the same time? But obviously, we're finding out, but I think just by reading the line, I don't think you can kind of immediately understand how it works. Now, what we do know is that when it has a full overdrive gauge, it doesn't use Zanmato. So I think what we need to do is make sure between each of the turns we push it to a Zanmato. I think that's the general idea. Let's see if we can manage that. Here we go. Kozuka comes in first. I think we lose our buffs as a result of that one. No? Okay. Alright, so now we have to be careful. Let's do this. So I think it's a fight in which you basically have to maintain the momentum. So I think as long as the overdrive gauge is full, you don't see Zanmato. I think that's what's going on here. And I think that's the extent of it. So it's not that it charges in the opposite way. My gut reaction was that his overdrive gauge will go down instead of up. And then when it comes down to 0, that's when Zanmato happens, or like it works differently in that sense. Still a very cool kind of twist on the usual type of thing here. Might still be a Zanmato, and then that would really throw a spanner in the works, because obviously it'd be not what I thought it was. So we'll leave it on the full overdrive. Okay. If its overdrive gauge is already full, does that mean we can just keep pushing? Let's find out. Okay, there's the Wakasashi on everybody. Ooh, I survived with 13 HP. Holy crap. Woo! Wow, that was close. And so this is where it gets problematic, because you need to make sure you do enough damage. Honestly, if I had one more cheer in there, then it would have been fine. That kind of flipped the whole script. Just want to check, the lightning gem kind of does one at a time, right? As in, like, you get one increase. Yeah. But basically, once any characters die, I think it's kind of impossible to get back into it, because you just won't have enough time. Yeah, that's unlucky, man. Like, if I could just have survived that Wakasashi, then I think we basically had the fight under control. You know, we could have, I think, rode it out from there, but it's annoying. Okay. I think I got this now, though. I understand how it works. That's cool. It just forces you to keep the momentum. So I think Lulu did lose her haste there. Oh no, we're not ready. Is that RNG, that Wakasashi, I wonder? It didn't use it that quickly last time. I don't know if it's like number of hits determines which one he uses, because obviously the overdrive gauge looks full either way. Yeah, Lulu can't defend either way, so I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, so with defend they can stay alive. And the overdrives are charging, so that's good. Okay, alchemy coming in. Yeah, but Lulu can't get the move. Now she can. Okay. Let's go again. Just don't know if it can use that Wakasashi back to back. If it can, then obviously that's super dangerous. For that reason, I think for this one I might try a Sentinel round. Yeah, at least I know Auron can survive that. But yeah, if it's getting spammy with Wakasashi, then we have problems. Yeah, too slow. Okay. So I've got the general gist of things. I think the final piece of the puzzle is for me to understand if there's any way I can influence whether or not Wakasashi is used. So I think if I just do 2 hits, the bare minimum, then I get hit with a Wakasashi. But if I do more than that, I think I don't take a Wakasashi. It's something like that. So I think that might be the final piece. So now this is going to be 3 hits. So even though the overdrive gauge is full, we're still continuing to attack here. That's 3. So now I'm hoping that as a result, we're going to have not Wakasashi happen. If it still happens anyway, then as I say, we need something different, but it's worth testing this. Yeah, okay. So we did that one. Let's see if Wakasashi is next. It is next. Okay, so that in that sense it seems unavoidable. That's a problem. And that's where Zanmato comes in. Okay. Well, it seems like you can't avoid Wakasashi from what I'm seeing. And I think that's the problem. Okay. Yeah, surviving Wakasashi is a must for everybody. Fun fight, this one. Like, it doesn't feel like super crazy difficult. It definitely feels a bit more like a puzzle fight where you just got to figure out how things work. Because like you can really do big chunks of damage to it. It's not like insanely fast. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Get the first couple in nice and fast. I think still there's value in just starting off like this. Let's see how much Kozuka does in terms of damage if we have 2 cheers on. Can try to survive it. No. Okay, that kind of ruins the whole thing anyway. Three. 4. Yeah, just about. Okay. So, a quick pockets now. But the problem here is that we're going to be hit with a second Wakasashi. So, quick pockets. I guess the question is, the quickest move that she has here is Osmos. And is that, does Osmos actually increase the gauge or not? Wait, it's Kozuka this time? Last time it did 2 Wakasashi, so is it RNG then? Yeah, struggling to keep up with that, I don't know. Let's see what happens here. She is near an overdrive. Kazuka again. Would like to know how close I got in this one. I feel like it wasn't a million miles away. So, it makes it even more difficult here. Can you be dispelled though? Let's use a threaten here. Yeah, that'll buy us some time. Okay. How are we doing? Do that. Ah, double cast just too slow. Damn it. She has to use it now. Question is, which Fury do we use? I think in this case maybe it's worth trying a Thundaga Fury. It is weak to it. Let's go for it. Why did it only do 4? It's literally less than a double cast. Ah, I hate this overdrive sometimes, I swear to God. It's such a bullshit overdrive. God damn it. Useless. susceptible to zombie. Just found that out. I figured I'm going to lose this attempt anyway. I think it's worth kind of testing because you can't scan this guy. That is interesting. It definitely has some status susceptibilities for sure. 3 or 4 attempts, we definitely got closer there. So I think we should be able to get it done soon. Right, here we go again. Okay. Tidus can at least get her back up to speed relatively quickly. Get that extra protect on. Okay. It's going to be Wakasashi next. I think this time I'm going to opt to defend with everybody. Yeah, we don't have the time though. Same mistake as last time. Got all of these turns here, but we can't use them properly. Just throw this in there to buy us some time. The first one's always free. I need to utilize this time properly now. Yeah, I can't get Auron out of there at the moment. I always forget that. I always forget that. When he's in threatened, you cannot do that. Ugh. Just realized too late. At least I've kind of improved on one level where I'm like, originally I would have been like, oh, what the hell? Why did that happen? But at least now I know why it happens instantly. And the next stage from this is to not make the mistake. Hopefully. We'll get there. We'll make it someday. But this time I have to 100% make sure I defend on my final turn. So like Tidus has to defend, he doesn't have a choice. Got to defend. And we'll bring Yuna back in, and this time we'll defend with her as well. Hopefully this time it'll be enough. This one definitely seems to be a Wakasashi, but sometimes he uses a Wakasashi again and sometimes he doesn't. I've not figured that one out yet, but we will eventually. So now I can start to get some cheers in. Okay. Have to be careful here. Need to make sure I heal everybody enough. I think I should just use a Mega Potion here. I've got 11 of them. Let's just use it. Okay. Yeah, you see, this time Lulu won't be able to... It just comes around that slight bit too quickly these turns. So if it is Wakasashi again, I think Lulu's in danger, but we'll see. I think that's why we just defend now. What's the point? What is the point? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, even if you miss, it still goes up. So I know Auron can probably survive, so that's why I went for it. Okay. Zuka. It's worked out okay, actually. I swear I've seen him do Wakasashi back to back. I really don't know about that. But the counter's nice, at least it's working the gauge. So we defend. We defend. Yeah, I can't get it in. Defend. It's a 70% chance that it works. Yeah. Beautiful. Threaten is huge in this fight. Let's try a Demi Fury this time. Yeah, I can do more Demi rotations than I can the other one, but either way it's very hard to beat double cast Thundaga, funnily enough. Like, this isn't more damage than double cast Thundaga. Silly. Okay, defend. I'm not going to try threaten anymore at this stage. I'm going to defend. There it comes. I think Lulu dies on this one. Oh, she just survived. Okay, I guess I got enough cheers in. That's huge. Absolutely huge. And I think from here, this opens up the way for us to potentially get the win here. Now, let's see. I wonder when it uses haste. Managed to get it to haste last time, but yeah, that slot works pretty perfectly. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use another Mega Potion here. And we're going to do this. We're going to double cast Thundaga. And we're going to get Riku to do the very same. And we'll see if Riku can do enough. I don't think she can. Lulu's magic is too far superior, I think. But it's worth a try. And I think whoever... Oh, the thing is, I was going to say whoever survives can finish it off, but I'd rather keep everybody alive for this fight. Yeah, can't get in. I think he survives either way, as long as I defend. Okay, so there's the haste. At this stage, I want to try my best to win these fights legitimately with everybody around. And well, I guess Waka didn't participate. So technically, if you're really like trying to make sure everybody gets their kind of thing, it's Waka. There's Kimari. Use a flare. There you go. So everybody got involved. Nobody died, and it was all about surviving that Wakasashi. That was huge. And well, I'm glad I didn't need to customize. Now let's see what kind of goodies we get for this. 65,000 AP. That looks like a pretty big chunk. It's nice, clean, legitimate AP as well. Didn't even need the mod. Ooh. Wow. So we are going to get some 4 slots. Damn. Okay, so that was cutscene remover just doing his thing. Now I need to make sure I run back safely to the save sphere. This is a legitimate... Alright. Let me just get out of here first, just so I can save. Because the random encounters are dangerous enough that I could literally die here. Okay, my friends, I'm wrapping it up for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you are continuing to enjoy the series. Please remember to hit the like button if you haven't already. And thank you, as always, to Karifean for producing this amazing mod for us all to enjoy. I will see you for the next one. Thank you for watching. Take care.